Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch.
Yeehaw! Welcome back. Oh, what a night I had out here in my sleeping bag in Aspen, Colorado. A mile high in the sky we was. Oh, when we got some of that river water and we were trying to make it a boil and it wouldn't boil because we were too high up, and that's a true thing about being too high up. Water takes forever to boil. Sometimes it doesn't boil at all, and I couldn't give my horse Black Chandelier any water.
Your horse wanted tea, right?
Hold on now, cowpoke. We haven't done the introductions now. You hear the music still playing, so we're doing the introductions. Now, welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast, and I'm your host, the fastest quick drawer in the West, Jamal the Quick Draw, and with me as always my co-host, Reeves the Revolver. Say hello, Reeves.
Hello, everyone. I'm fresh out of the drunk tank from this morning. I was drunk all last night and through the morning.
And our third of the group, the trio, he has the horse with the baddest giddy up on all sides of the Colorado. Give it up for Brian, the bandolier.
Howdy, folks. Rough night for me also. Couple things happened. One, scorpion in the sleeping bag. You know how that goes.
Scorpion in a sleeping bag.
The old scorpion
Now,
in the sleeping bag.
you normally make a joke about that.
Hit us with one of your scorpion in a sleeping bag
About-
jokes for the listeners.
Yep. You about sleeping in a sleeping bag with a scorpion for the past few years
Yep.
of your life.
All right, here's the joke. And it's, the joke is, and I say, hey, everybody, I was a scorpion in my sleeping bag last night. In fact, there's been in one there in the last couple years. Her name is Carrie.
And we'll be cutting that.
Yeah, all right, and that was a scorpion joke from Brian the bandolier. And I want it to be known that the other two cowfolk didn't make any jokes about their wives. All right.
I was encouraged. Look, I didn't want it. Usually, that's only for the boys at the corral or at the saloon, or maybe even at the whorehouse.
Definitely there.
Can I make a request that the music under this be the Spider-Man music that you used in the previous episode?
Oh, speaking of which, we got a cease and desist letter that came from a
Stan
crow.
Lee? They're
A
going to
crow.
Stan Lee?
That's right, a crow delivered it this morning. It said, cease and desist of playing the copyrighted music of Spider-Man on your shabby little podcast.
But it was funny though, right? You got to admit, you didn't expect when it said superhero music. I bet you weren't thinking the 1990s Spider-Man cartoon. It was.
Gosh darn it,
I was
sure
being
was.
random.
It sure was random when I listened to it. I about spit into a empty can and it went pa-ching! And I was so caught off guard. All right, we can stop doing this.
Okay.
So, Brian, why don't you talk to us about your big dinners?
Multiple
You had some
dinners?
big dinners this past week.
Big boy.
I had
dinners.
a big dinner.
I thought you had two. Tell us about your dinner, and then we'll talk about the other big dinner.
Well, 2 nights ago, I was gonna lie and have this be my chef I prepared for you, but I guess I won't do that because it's always what we had for last night and only last night. So I guess I'll play the game. I went to a Michelin-starred restaurant called Kochi.
How many stars?
I think
How
just
many
one.
stars?
I think just
No,
one.
Just one.
Just one, huh?
Okay.
Not that good.
And I think they wanted more stars, but I think they ran out when they got to them. They said when they got the one.
Oh, well.
So, it was a skewer place, like a Japanese skewer thing. I don't know how to explain it, but
I got it. Yeah.
it was like a A tasting menu. There were two options. One was the $85 tasting menu. One was the $125 chef's tasting menu. And you know that we balled out of control and did the $125.
All right.
We
all
also got a little upgrade, paid for a little abalone to go with it. We said, put that $18 abalone on there. What's $18? Give us that abalone. So, 9-course, 10 with the abalone tasting menu. Pretty good, very fish heavy. Had some like mackerel on a thing and some trout. Had abalone, trout, uni for the first time. There was an uni bibimbap bowl that was really good. There was a squid.
What
thing.
does uni taste like?
It tastes like the most like fishy sushi. Like it tastes like the ocean.
Because it looks like a crab's tongue to me.
It's basically like crab foam. Like it's like seafood
Briny.
foam.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I wondered, and anyone who eats crabs often, there's often people say like the crab, like the innards, like the mustard.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just what uni is? Like it's just like the mustard of a sea anemone, an urchin? Sorry.
I think.
You do have a lot of sea enemies, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I used to not, but I made that post on the internet. Punching down in the ocean. You guys ever punch the ocean? You guys ever go out in the water and punch the waves as they come in at you?
All the time. The first time I went to Tulum with my wife, she has a video of me punching and kicking fish in a cenote, and she said, "This guy's an idiot."
Nice.
And being very disrespectful.
Well,
And she
I'm
was
pretty
right.
sure the fish deserved it.
Yeah, so it was a solid meal, really good. I guess Michelin is for the food, but also for the service is what you get too. So it was nice. The plates were very cool. They're like little stone, different shapes for everything. They kept like replacing our silverware. We started off with these like metal chopsticks and a little spoon. They'd take the spoon away, give us another spoon, take that spoon away, give us a little fork. That was fun. The desserts were like this honey froyo over this raspberry jelly on the bottom. That was great. And then this little ice cream sandwich. It was very good. Really, really, really good meal. Of course, I went with
Your wife?
Nope, I went with friend of the pod, friend of Reeves's wife, Steve.
Steve.
VCU, go Rams.
Saw Steve at an indie wrestling show.
Yeah.
Many years ago. Yeah.
That's where he'll be. He's a big old wrestling fan. Oh, one quick little note. I was in CVS today to get antibiotics for my ear infection. I'm a 36-year-old man.
Hold on a second. You were in CVS when we have a sponsorship with Dwayne Reed?
Oh, well, this is my doctor would only send it to CVS, and that's just
Jeez
she was
Louise.
very adamant about it only going to CVS.
Okay.
Either way, there was a guy in there stocking shelves, working at CVS, walking around singing, it's all about the boob. He just kept doing it. And I approached
one
him.
of the metal shirts.
I approached him and I was like, can't help but notice you're singing the Adam Cole theme song. And he's like, it's my ringtone.
Nice.
I really hoped he would have been like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. Get away from me, freak.
Pushes me.
Yeah. I made that song up just now.
Just now, while I've been doing stuff here.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, it sounds like I'm very excited for you for going to your first Michelin star restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully next time you go to one that has a couple more stars. Not just
Yeah.
one.
At least take your wife to one with more stars.
Yeah.
Treat her right.
At least 4, right?
Yeah, 4 or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's your policy, right?
If you don't got 4, you don't got none.
Yeah. 4 or lower, I mean, what's the point?
Yeah. And Dave Meltzer only gives out so many 4-star restaurant reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
This
that's really inside baseball. I mean, I could map that all day, but I don't think anyone other than you and I will appreciate
We've already
it.
lost Jamal.
Yeah.
I've been lost. So, Brian had a big fancy meal that he's in debt now because he didn't tell you that he paid with a credit card, and those fees are going to be expensive when they roll around next month.
But I'm going to get so many points.
Yeah, he's going to get so many points, but he's also in debt. So we had a dinner for $1,100. Tom sent me a script.
Wow.
Tom sent me a script. and he didn't just send me a script this time.
What else did he send you?
Well, he sent you guys a script too.
Wait a second.
Didn't you guys
no.
get an email from the script from Tom?
I haven't checked my email since we started recording because I
You
try
should-
and respect
You
the
should
record.
definitely check your email because Tom sent me a script and he said send this to the other two. And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "The other two, the two you work with."
Oh, I
was
do have this script
And you
now.
guys have parts to play.
Holy
so
shit.
I don't think I got it.
Okay, well,
I'm
check
pretty
again.
sure
Oh
you
wait,
did,
hold on.
so
There it
pretty sure
is.
you
It's because I have Tom's emails. They go straight to spam because he was.
Yeah.
There was a time he was sending way too many emails. It kept being like, forward this to 10 of your friends or else bad things will happen. And I was like, that's enough. I can't do that anymore.
Wow.
Okay, well, yeah, so we're going to read the script, I guess, and just take care of that.
Am I just playing myself?
You just skip to page. I don't know what Tom didn't put anything on the script title. So yeah, you're playing yourself.
Okay.
We're all in it. I'll play Daniel Craig and do the stage directions, I guess. So Tom gave me this music, so you have to play this music now, and let's just get over. Let's get through this. Interior torture dungeon day. It's been 3 days since Daniel Craig has been returned to the castle. Has returned to the castle and tortured. 3 bozos walk in and stand before Mr. Craig. Jamal, it's magnificent. Jamal, a squire of noble age and reputation, speaks. He is 6'7" and built like a brick shithouse.
I thought it'd be bigger.
Brian stands next to Jamal, dwarfed by the gigantic size of Jamal's inhumane stature. He's a mere 5'9".
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that height, or maybe even slightly shorter than that. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Hey, I get it.
Also, what about your stature is inhumane?
I don't know. This is not my script.
That's true. That's true.
Jeez.
This is Tom.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so this is Tom's views. He's wearing a stud diamond earring in his left ear and a backwards chainmail nightcap.
Cool.
His leather chest piece has the phrase "Sloppy Joe" carved into it, and
Dope.
his left arm has a half-sleeve tattoo of vines around the phrase "Maximum Effort."
Cool.
We shouldn't even be staring at it.
Reeves is here as well. He's carrying a cast iron steel mace. Daniel Craig. Wait, I know you guys. Daniel Craig is barely hanging on by a thread. You're the host of that Top Chef podcast from years ago that Tom Colicchio sponsored and made you all do. A fisherman always spots another fisherman from afar.
So, you listened and you must have liked it?
Nah, mate, it was shit. Well, it was until that huge fucker started hosting. Turned it around a bit, to be honest.
Do you mind if we don't use curse words so much? It's uncouth.
I'm surprised you two are here. Aren't you two always on vacation? Living life? While Jack and the Beanstalk here is the man of his word, always recording even when he doesn't.
Okay. Well, this seems like Tom is maybe personalizing some things.
Living life while Jack and the Beanstalk here is a man of his word, always recording even when he doesn't want to.
W&L, Wives and Lives. That's what Reeves and I have. Jamal, not so much.
Lives and lives. I like that.
Mr. Craig, all of that was in our past, and none of us are trying to compensate for that now. We are here to set you free if you can answer our riddle 3. Daniel Craig. Kill me. I'm terrible with riddles.
No, the rules Tom gave us said you have to play. Brian, tell him he has to play.
You have to play.
Fucking hell.
Language.
Okay, I'll go first.
Brian improvises a sick riddle off the top of his head.
All right.
Daniel Craig correctly guesses the answer. So go ahead and improvise a riddle.
Oh, I thought it just happened and we would like pretend that it happened.
No, we need you to
I
do
think
it.
you have to do one.
Riddler. That's Comedy Bang Bang. That's what we're doing now.
I don't think we can use that in the script.
Let's see. What is bigger than a bread box but smaller than bread. And now Daniel Craig correctly guesses the answer.
And what's the answer so I can do Daniel Craig?
I think Daniel Craig has to correctly guess the answer. Is what it says here.
Gee, mate. Hey, say it again.
Okay, and this is all in the script, by the way, people. So this is
What's-
real life stuff.
What's bigger than a bread box but smaller than bread?
Good God, this one's difficult, eh? Even for me.
Don't look at me, Daniel Craig. I don't.
No, it's
I don't
fine,
know.
it's fine.
Stop looking at Reeves, Daniel Craig.
I'm
I
not
don't know
looking
the
at
answer.
Reeves anymore. Okay, let me figure this out.
I know Reeves was trying to give you the answer with his face.
Yeah, with
Bigger
my
than
face.
a bread box, but smaller than bread. What's bigger than a bread box? Holy, I've been trapped here so long, being tortured. I've lost half my brain. I'm gonna say a blue jay.
That's correct.
Wow.
And then reads your line.
Oh. I'll go next.
Reeves improvises a sick riddle off the top of his head, but Daniel Craig correctly guesses the answer.
Okay. And I've had time to think of one. So. Okay, so what, Daniel Craig, what 4-letter word could be written like forwards, backwards, upside down, and all that kind of stuff, and can still be read left to right?
Holy crap.
Stop looking at Jamal for answers. Stop it,
Gotta
Daniel
look at
Craig.
Jamal.
Okay, yeah. Forward, backwards. Haha.
That's right.
Fuck.
Hold on, I didn't do that part yet. We just did Reeves. You skipped
Oh,
the
I
line.
jumped.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, last one. If you guess this, by laws of the kingdom, we must set you free post haste. Here's your riddle. What's a 4-letter word that ends in K and means intercourse?
Wait, why did Jamal's have his written? But
I don't know,
Tom,
man. This
yeah.
is Tom.
what are you doing?
Beads of sweat fall from Daniel Craig's head as he thinks about the answer.
Fuck.
I'm getting really uncomfortable.
That's wrong. You're not even supposed to be answering. I didn't interrupt your riddle.
Well, that's because my riddle was good.
Brian emphasizes his riddle again.
Remember, it was what's bigger than a bread box but smaller than bread.
Daniel Craig, talk.
We are numbnuts. Give us a second.
Daniel Craig shackles unlock and he falls mildly to the cold, hard, damp ground. He clearly answered it right.
What the fuck? Ugh. See, now I'm doing it.
There's a. Reeves starts cutting himself with his mace as self-punishment for cursing.
Oh, that was the answer? I definitely didn't know that.
There's a lot you don't know.
Get off my back, John Henry. It's a riddle.
Don't call me John Henry Matty Matheson.
That the only reference you have?
Where'd he go?
The best friends look around and see that Daniel Craig is gone without a trace.
Guess I'll go tell Padma.
And that's where it ends.
Wow.
Who's John Henry? The steel driving man?
No, it's a reference. Black people will get it.
Let me Google.
Should I not have said that? I thought John Henry, the steel driving man, was a black man. Isn't that how the
He is a black
the
man.
fable?
Mm-mm. Steel driving man.
The steel driving man. He tried to beat a machine, and he died in the cave.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
That was a good script. And that was the end of the trilogy.
That's the end of the trilogy.
Wow.
So I assume that's like close to page 1000 or something.
Yeah. Man.
I can't wait to see this thing.
I know. We have parts in it. I'm glad
Yeah.
we're going to be in it.
Well, they probably won't cast us, but
I
I assume mine will be done by Jamie Foxx.
that
Classic
makes
Yeah.
sense.
typecast.
Brian, who do you think you'll get?
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
He's funny. He's like funny, but attractive. But like in like actually maybe John Cena.
John Cena.
I think John
yes.
Cena probably.
It was very, very funny.
He's very funny. He's
Very
known for
funny.
being funny.
He's got a
Yes.
good delivery. Yeah,
Not stiff. Doesn't look odd in movies at all. It doesn't look out of place next to normal sized people at all.
Nope.
You go, oh, that makes sense that he's married to Leslie Mann, who's a tiny woman, and his friends are also tiny. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I believe it.
All of his pants look like they're definitely not custom made.
No, he can buy jeans at the Walmart like the rest
You
of
can
us.
literally walk into Walmart and say, "Hey, stop bugging me. I'm just here to buy jeans that fit me."
Mm-hmm.
Who's the guy that's the lead in the show You?
Ooh, yeah.
So that guy is who's going to play me,
Mm.
but
That's a good-
he's going to get
that's good.
his nose gets broke before he does it. They break his nose.
He's also the guy. He was in that other show. His name is
Penn Badgley.
Penn Badgley.
Badgley, man, and he's a successful actor. Wow.
Yeah, you got to change that name, homie.
You gotta change that.
Well, clearly he doesn't.
Change it now. If I was his agent, I would tell him now. Change your name.
Yeah. He was Dan Humphrey in the CW teen drama series Gossip Girls. XOXO.
Wow.
He's also on the list of 25 beauties at 25, and it's Buddy TV's 100 sexiest men in 2011. Ooh.
Tough year. That script ruled. I like that whole trilogy.
It's my favorite trilogy.
I'm still very interested in how Daniel Craig gets into
the movie.
Gets into the
Yeah.
movie at all and becomes like a real focus point. Like
We
I
haven't
think
seen
that's-
Tom since he showed up.
No, which is like, is this what the movie is? Like, you go through a long stage where you don't see Tom to the point where you start thinking maybe he's not in the movie anymore, and then he makes an appearance just when you think
You'd think
he's
so.
definitely not in the movie.
Yeah.
I think what's happening here is Tom put 3 movies into one,
Mm.
and he's trying to make it like, well, more than 3 movies probably into one, and he's trying to like do all the movies at once because he doesn't want to like space them out. He just wants someone to sit down and watch like a 12-hour movie.
And that's what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do anyway. Theaters are made to be in there for 12 hours.
Yeah. I
Give
mean,
you a huge drink.
not to go back to what we were talking about in a previous episode, but I mean, that's really what Nicole Kidman wants, is for us to go sit in the movie theaters, no mask, just like she was, and then you get locked in basically for the next 12 hours of your life to watch all the good movies that are out.
I think that's probably why the theaters are losing money. You're in there for what? Hour and a half, 2 hours tops? You buy one thing? But if you had to be in there and you didn't want to miss the movie, you'd have to spend $10 on small popcorn again.
Yep.
Yeah. You're going back to the concession
Yeah, you're going
stand.
back to
Yeah.
the concession. That's the closest food. And we know people, if it's not easy, they won't do it. So no one's going to walk across the street to the grocery store and get something. Nope. You're going to
No.
spend that extra money, the convenience fee, and get back to your seat.
Yeah. $6 on Mike's Ike's.
Mm-hmm. $12 on Sour Patch Candy.
$100 on Snow's Caps.
Yep.
30 cents on a soda.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so cheap
when you
now.
break it out by hour.
When you think of it's per sip.
Yeah, it's per sip. It's 30 cents per sip. And who can't afford that?
You gotta think the theater's gonna be okay though. Like they survived. There was a time when something happened in a theater that was very scary. And for a while, people kind of always thought that would keep happening. But it didn't, and people kept going to the theater.
Are you talking about Gigli?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. There was
Yeah.
I mean, those two are going to keep making movies?
Yeah, that's right. There was a time. I mean, well, we can go into the specifics now, where everyone was so scared that Gigli was going to happen again. You go into a movie and you have a
think you're
ticket
gonna-
for like chocolate or something,
Yeah.
and you're like, "But what if it's Gigli?"
What if it's Gigli?
Yeah, but it wasn't.
So now
It's
when you go to
chocolate.
theaters, because of that, now you go to theaters, the theater tells you where the exits are. in case
Just in case
Gigli
you're
comes
like,
up.
"Oh God, it's Gigli! I gotta get out of here." But that doesn't. I mean, that really doesn't happen. It's like,
I mean,
oh, the
theaters
movie
rarely
starts.
have a Gigli incident anymore. So
Yeah. It This is a scary time.
Is this cuttable? Maybe we play the Spider-Man music under this too.
It makes everything okay.
All right, let's go on to Chefs I Prepared for You. This is a segment we do every week where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night, and we present it to you as if we're presenting it to the judges on Top Chef. I'll go first. Your boy's basic. I had pan-seared chicken thighs last night with roasted broccoli and sweet potatoes. I had an early night. I had to,
Had to get ready.
I had to get ready for this presentation today.
No seasoning on these thighs. Dry thighs.
Oh, no, they were. They were
Dry thighs.
fajita and lime.
Is that just like a seasoning all in one, or did you know how to put together that?
So, Reeves, let me talk to you. Let me walk you through it.
Ooh.
You take lime juice, you take fajita seasoning, you take salt, you take pepper, you take a little bit of olive oil, you mix it all together, then you baste that baby, and then you set it in a Ziploc, not Ziploc, a bag, and then I vacuum seal it, and you seal it in those juices, and you let it marinate for 24 hours. Then you take it out the bag, you pat it a little bit dry, and then you re-salt it, and then you put hot oil in the pan, and you just and you get that nice crust on it.
This boneless, skinless, or you got skin on them bad boys?
Boneless, skinless.
Healthy. That's nice.
You were like, I had an early night, and you're like, I marinated it for 24 hours.
Well, that's why you do it beforehand, so you can just cut and cook.
Cut and cook.
Chefs, I prepared for you grilled special. I got some sausages, some Italian sausages, grilled those bad boys, grilled some asparagus, some onions, and got some. We didn't have any sauerkraut, which I wish we did have, but we had a whole variety of mustards. Used that.
Name them.
Name them yellow mustard.
Gotta have that one. That's a must-have on your mustard.
A
When
must.
when you're looking at your mustard shelf, number one is yellow mustard.
Yellow
mustard.
mustard, followed by Dijon mustard.
Dijon, which is mustard named after a black kid, I think.
What's
Yeah.
that?
It's mustard named after a black kid. Some white guy a long time ago met a black kid named Dijon and said, "That's the name of my mustard. I've been looking for a name."
It's Dijon.
Dijon.
How is it spelled when it's the name? Is it spelled the same way, or is it spelled like D apostrophe
the
John?
Because he went back to the kid and say, "Sorry, this is going to seem weird. How do you spell your name?"
Another
Young
thing
man,
stolen.
excuse me.
Young ruffian.
I
Bet
heard
no
your crew.
money went to that young man either.
None.
No,
It's fucked up. Anyway, that's what I had. It was fine.
just those.
Did
two,
you
just
chop
those
up
two
the
mustards?
sausages? Was this in a bowl or was this on a bun, like a sandwich? What was it?
No, we just had it regular. Wednesdays are very busy nights, so I usually have to throw something together. But I didn't. If I do it in a pan, I'll chop them up and cook them that way, and especially like if I'm throwing it in something like a pasta or whatever. But this was just on the grill. We just had them straight up. Had that the lining on it and everything. Tasty.
Okay.
Which you can take off. Do you guys know that you can take the lining off of it?
Yeah, Jamal taught me that.
Did you put those in buns, or you eat them? You do a
I
low
just
carb?
asked that. Just asked
you?
that. Yes.
It's
Oh my
okay.
God.
It's okay. I ate them straight up.
I tell you,
No
he is
bun.
on 15% today.
When did you ask that? I know you asked if you
Literally
chopped them up.
before he started talking, I asked him, "Did you put this in a bun? Did you have it as a sandwich?"
He
Oh.
did ask it, but maybe to be fair, I don't know if I directly answered it. So to everyone out there, I'm setting the record straight. There were no buns involved. We ate them plain with a little mustard on the side.
Bun free, baby.
Bun free, baby.
You know, I don't make anymore because I don't eat pork. My mom used to make all the time. Was a nice kielbasa. You guys ever fucks with those? A nice little horseshoe kielbasa.
I do like them. I haven't made one in a long time.
They were good.
I like that song "Kielbasa" from Jack Black.
Oh
Tenacious D?
yeah, from Tenacious D.
Mm-hmm.
Kill my kielbasas. Okay. Chefs, last night I prepared for you.
What'd you buy?
Nope, this is Brian's world famous coconut chickpea curry.
Okay.
Get wild. Cut the jalapenos in whole circles instead of chop up into little pieces. You got a big old jalapeno in every bite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, bunch of that roasted, bunch of those red peppers in there. Went crazy. And there's a little bag opening.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys hear that?
Just do it.
Yeah.
But no, barely.
Okay.
Barely.
I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah.
a little
Just-
tiny bag opening. It's the smallest bag ever.
It's very small, so
Mhm.
this is when you're trying to watch
Yeah.
what you eat, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Oh, it's Happy Halloween, eat your
Happy
candy.
Halloween. Watch what you eat, though.
And I'm only gonna eat 3 Whoppers.
Okay.
Oh, actually, since it is almost Halloween, actually do watch what you eat because, especially if you're out there and you live in Candyman's neighborhood, you want to check your candy before you eat it because it might have glass in it, and you don't want that. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, if you live in Candyman's neighborhood and you know this because he's gone door to door and he's like, "Hey, I have to let you know legally, I have to let you know.
I have to legally let you know
I'm
I moved
Candyman."
into the neighborhood.
I'm not gonna do anything
If
crazy.
you say my name
okay?
5 times, I have to appear, but don't be alarmed. You know that I'm in the neighborhood, so you just
Yeah.
don't have to say my name and I won't appear.
I know you've seen the signs around the neighborhood. Yes, it's about me. Okay, it's no big deal.
And I
Right?
lost this hand in a tour in Iraq, but everyone keeps putting this up like I did something to lose his hand. That's
Yeah.
not why I lost my hand. And don't believe Jordan Peele because he's kind of making me look bad. So Hollywood takes their own angles on things. So I'm a pretty good guy. I'm pretty good at grilling.
I'm actually having a little thing tomorrow if you want to come by.
If you're looking at my house, you're like, wow, that's the house with the nice flowers. I do a little beekeeping.
Also, thank you.
Also, thank you. So just coming to say hello. I know it's mandatory they have to say hello, but
And
I am
I'm sorry, what is your name? Oh, it's Freddy Krueger? Great. This is a very scary street. It's it's Elm Street.
It's Elm Street. Yeah.
If you think I'm crazy, wait till you meet Michael.
yeah. Michael's in the car.
It's Michael Jackson.
From Thriller.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hee hee.
All right. So that's our food. And we'll just take a quick break and get a word from our sponsors before we keep going.
Podchap.
They're all back at the office trying to figure out what to do about me. It's not that I won't answer their calls or emails. I can't. It's only 23 kilometers to the nearest signal, but I might as well be on the moon. Honestly, they can all eat it. I don't understand what the big deal is. The company sent out an email. Remote cabin, available for employees. Relax, get off the grid, tune in, and tune out. I called the contact and made the arrangements. Here I am, cozy, warm, happy, and absolutely unreachable. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you like this. It's been weeks since I've even had a moment to breathe. And here, by the fire, my pen is moved and I find that I'm writing too much and too little to you all at once. Did you hear my voice crack there? I hope this greeting card finds you well. I miss you terribly, but there's nowhere I'd rather be than here. How is the city? I'm never coming back. And that's something you can find inside a greeting card. That's the kind of inspiration you guys can get from a greeting card from ohheyfuckyou.com. And again, Brian, you know the routine here, all right? I don't want to keep repeating myself, but you know what to do when I say a curse word or a bad word. Any word. Like if I say this word, alligator, and you think that's a bad word, you should bleep it, okay? But that's the kind of stuff you can get from ohheyfuckyou.com. I was just talking about a 4x5 card in gray envelope, black on the inside, printed on 100-pound cardstock, made in the USA. Are you looking for a greeting card? Do you need something that's out of the ordinary? It's not your just standard run-of-the-mill greeting card? Go to ohheyfuckyou.com. That's www.ohheyfuckyou.com. Use promo code PODCHEF to get $1 off a card. Always free shipping to the U.S. or internationally. You guys are just looking at me like I'm a weirdo. I'm not a weirdo. These cards are good. You should get one.
I've seen the cards. They're good. They're well
I
drawn.
bought some.
See?
Steve and Brian bought some. And
Brian bought some.
and I
I'm
bought
going to
some
buy
too.
one. And I didn't even use the promo code, but you should use the promo code
I
PODCHEF.
use the promo code PODCHEF. And I
$1
saved
off
I
a
fell
card.
every
I think
card.
that's insider trading, actually. You're not allowed
Yeah,
to
I
do that.
actually do think that's insider trading, and now the lawyers are going to be mad about that.
You guys want to know which cards I bought?
Yes, please.
I bought Chopper. Because if people don't know, I took a motorcycle class over the weekend. I'm into motorcycles now, so I bought Chopper. I bought Cafe Racer. Those are two motorcycle cards. What am I doing with them? Who knows? Something I'll do with them. Maybe I'll send them to my wife, and it'll say, "Hey, I'm sorry that I died on a motorcycle."
Get to the chopper.
But one called Wait Time, one called Watermelon, and one called Holding It. And I saved $1 off of each card.
That's nice. This
Dollar
could
off
be you,
each card.
listeners.
This could be you. These cards are made in Washington, D.C., and they've got goals, a spot in your refrigerator, and in your heart. Their minimalistic style and obsessively thoughtful curation, illustration, development. These cards are simply better than the others, and we're talking about you, Hallmark. ohheyfuckyou.com. Follow them on Instagram at ohheyfckyu to see new card designs, special offers, and fun content first. That's www.ohheyfuckyou.com.
Capybara.
Oh, God.
Pawn Shop.
Season 3, Episode 16, the finale, Part 2 of Top Chef. This is Season 4, Episode 16 of Pod Chef. And we're here. We're at the ending, the finale, Part 2.
We
Press
did it.
play on the episode right here, right now. There's no quick fire, folks. There's no
Nope.
time for a quick fire.
No way.
Nope.
We're in the Aspen Mountain Club. We took a ski lift up here.
Yep. Casey can't breathe.
Casey can't freaking breathe, man.
Yeah.
There's no time for a quick fire.
She says that to, I guess, the cameraman, since it's like her doing makeup alone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They have
Quick
to cook
note
this.
that like everyone who was getting ready was shirtless except for Casey, and I guess that makes sense. But like, why? Why were Hung and Dale both shirtless in the opening
No.
shots?
And here comes Brian on his.
Yeah.
Brian talks a lot about like swimsuits and equality between men and women, and he's like, if I have to take my shirt off,
You
I
should
rate-
take your shirt
Yeah,
off.
they should
look.
all-
Free the nipple.
Yeah.
At this point, it's more of a request.
But Brian, you have a third. You have a third nipple, don't you?
I mean, my belly button does go out.
Uh-huh. That counts.
That
Counts.
counts. That's
A
a nipple
doctor.
at a certain point.
Doctor would say that.
Yeah.
So they have to cook in the finale. They have to cook at the same time, and they have to serve food at the same time. And I'm excited for that. And they can't hide behind each other's dishes and stuff. Dale is asking them yet again what everyone else is doing because he wants the scoop. This guy doesn't understand. This is not a team competition. You're at the finale of Top Chef, Dale. Figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
And who cares if someone's serving the same dish as you? Make a better dish.
Do it better.
Do
Yeah.
it better.
You gotta. Work
Why are we
harder.
switching dishes around because someone else picked the same thing? Oh, I was going to pick prawns. Yeah, well, I'll kick your prawn dishes ass.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry for cursing, Reeves.
That's fine. We can bleep it. And also, maybe we can start using car horns for bleeps instead.
Yeah.
That might be kind of fun.
Go
I
ahead,
don't know if
Brian.
that's
Take
harder
it
to do.
I'll see if I can remember to do that.
This is off topic.
Maybe text
By
me.
was Hung wearing a Lost the TV show T-shirt? He had a shirt on that said Lost, and I was like, "Is that the TV show? I want a Lost TV show T-shirt." Anyway,
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe I didn't check it out too much.
mhm.
When I look at Hung, I'm always making eye contact. I don't trust him.
yeah, I mean, he is a perpetual liar. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
you-
gotta make eye contact because I just don't trust the guy.
Yeah,
So Tom took their menus from them.
Why did he do that? Just so they
I'm
couldn't
not
change
sure
it?
why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I think he's just like, you're in timeout now. You can't
He's
change
like,
it.
give me those.
threw it off the mountain as a power move. It's like,
I'm pretty sure he was like studying them. He's like, okay, if anyone deviates from these menus, I'm
Yeah.
gonna know.
yeah.
But I also, just to quickly go over what they all used, they had every ingredient in the entire world. And I get that Jamal was saying they shouldn't have to do a variety, but they did like 4 things.
Yeah.
Like two of them did foie, 2 of them did shrimps.
Yep.
One did a Colorado lamb.
Yep.
Yeah, Colorado Ram.
No one had the balls to do chicken, but then again, they would never put that kind of peasant food on the
Yeah.
table to
Yeah.
begin with.
Dale did lobster because he couldn't do shrimps.
Yeah, there were no shrimps left for him. They
no
did pick a lot
scrimps.
of the same things. Also, this didn't. I mean, I understand that it's like they have the proteins out there, but it was like an ice sculpture that was holding
Yeah.
raw meat and looked disgusting. I was like, well, this doesn't look happy. Not that it really they're going to cook with it, but it looked just disgusting.
Do you think they cook with that, or that's all just props and they throw it all away after they get the shot? Because it's probably been there for a while.
I'm pretty sure they melted that down. They had to use that to do any noodles because Dale made gnocchi, so I'm pretty sure he used that to boil his gnocchi.
But do you think that they use the protein that's sitting out there in the hot Aspen sun to then cook with, or they go
It's
back?
not that hot that high up, man.
Yeah, but meat goes by bad fast. In the
Not
sun.
that high up, brother.
I don't think they did.
It's the thin air, baby.
Do you think they threw it all away?
I think they threw it all off the mountain. I think right after he
Carcasses-
threw the menus off the mountain, he kicked over that ice sculpture and threw everything off.
Yeah.
Tom
he was
asked
like,
him.
"There goes the leeks that I can't wait to eat later."
This is what Tom did. Tom, off on some B-roll, he said, "Okay, based on your menus, you don't need this." And he like picked up something and chucked it off the mountain. And said, "You don't need this. This is
Yeah.
going." And he threw off. Oh, apparently no one wants this. And he threw it. He just made a big thing like, "Look at all this food that you don't want." Apparently,
He did have his truck at the bottom of the mountain though, and he was throwing all in the back of his truck. He took it home for himself.
Yeah,
Yep.
he ate it all.
yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Smooth
There was a net down there catching everything,
He made Gail sit down there and catch it.
and she loves it. All right, so they had to pick knives to see on the gondola who their sous chef was going to be, and we thought it was going to be someone from the cast this season, but instead, it's rock star chefs who are going to be their sous chefs. And at first, Hung is like, "Oh, I don't like this. I don't like anyone from the show. They're all bad."
Yeah, he was
But
like,
then-
no one from the show.
Yeah, but then this is who Hung gets walking out his gondola.
No way. You got Rocco? Oh my God. You got Rocco? That's awesome. What can I ask for?
Rocco Despirito. I mean, he loves Asian flavors. He's quite fast in the kitchen. I'm thinking, what a perfect match.
Oh, nice to see you. Awesome. So glad it's you. I'm glad you're glad. I'm thinking. Who am I gonna?
Oh, it's Rocco. Oh. Everyone else hear that as soon as he saw Rocco?
Yeah, he had to change his pants.
Yeah. Rocco
Um,
Desperto. Ugh.
So Rocco's a very attractive man. And
Yeah, I guess.
And apparently a very famous chef. He's also very confident when he's basically like, "Yeah, I guess it's exciting for you to be with me." It's pretty
Yeah.
nice. For
I'm
you.
excited that you're excited. I'm happy that you're happy.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I would have been starstruck too. I loved his TV show when I was a kid. I'm bummed that he didn't bring Spunky, the little dog that eats everything. And I was wondering where his Australian accent was, but like,
Okay.
And he looked
you're
different.
Thinking of a different show.
well, he looked different. Like I was like, oh, it's Rocco. I love this guy. Like, where's Heifer? Like they never showed up.
I mean, this wasn't a wallaby. This was
Yeah,
a
this
man.
wasn't
A
a
Well,
man,
the
man.
TV looks different. You know, maybe he looks different on TV. You know, it's also been like 10 years at that point, probably. You know, people change.
Before the show, Brian was like, "I've got a great Rocky and Bullwinkle joke for Rocco as well." And yeah, I guess he dropped that. He's not. He's going with a different
No,
show.
Well, this one
Modern
makes more sense
life.
because it is Rocco
Mhm.
and not Rocky.
Brian was making a big thing. He was like, "I used to call him Rocco and Bullwinkle."
Yeah.
Good as new. I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was fun. A fun take. All right.
I think it works.
So Casey gets Michelle Bernstein, and Dale
The
gets Todd
Burninator.
English.
The
Todd
Burninator.
English.
there.
Can we just say Todd English stepped out of the gondola, and I thought he was like a James Bond villain.
Todd English got kind of a womp coming out,
Really?
following Rocco and
Yeah.
Michelle Bernstein Bears. It was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
But isn't Todd English more successful restaurateur than both of them combined?
I mean,
So,
he's definitely
yeah.
got a lot of restaurants, but it's more about the quality.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Mhm.
Okay, I got
Mhm.
you. So
How many do
Tom,
you think he really has? Guess.
100.
Yeah,
'Cause they were making it seem like-
565.
He was like, I don't even know how many restaurants I
It's
have.
like, I keep losing my restaurants
Yeah, it's probably 100. They just like
There's
turn
so
over
many.
every year.
every day before I leave for work. I'm like, where are my restaurants? Where are my restaurants? I can't find them.
He does spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch, restaurant. My
Oh, no.
restaurants.
Where's my restaurants? Yeah, kicked
Uh,
out of
all right.
church.
Give an actual guess, and I'll tell you guys what it says.
Is this right now, currently? Is this man alive still?
78.
I think he's still alive.
Okay, good. I'm gonna go with
Maybe the most he's ever had at once.
the
78.
most. I'll say 55.
Okay, it's 18.
Okay, well that's
Oh
not
my
impressive. I think
Yeah.
I could do that.
I
could
could
open 18
run and
restaurants.
manage 18
Yeah.
restaurants by myself. I don't even need staff. Jeez Louise.
Certainly not anything to brag about.
Yeah, they were all like kissing his butt. They were like, "Do you even know how many restaurants you have?" And he was like, "No."
Yeah, no, I can't. You expect me to remember 18 different restaurants that I own? No, I can't do
No,
that. Too
can't
hard.
be bothered. Did I write them down? Yeah, but I'm not going to go look now.
Yeah, I lost the paper.
Yeah.
Tom
I gave
took
it-
it from me, threw it off the
Yeah.
mountain.
Yeah. So Hung looks like he's finally having a human connection with a chef for the first time in the finale, and it's not even a chef that's on the show; it's Chef Rocco. Listen.
Ran over the list of ingredients with me. There were so many, my head was spinning. So what I decided to do was be a good soldier and follow his orders, and do my best to help him without giving away too much, obviously.
And I think I would like you to help me with the duck course.
Okay.
And then I can just bang these out
Okay.
really fast.
Sure. Why don't you write the list? I'll look for it.
All right. Want to grab some cutting boards for us?
Yep.
Containers, towels.
Here's what this sounds like. It's like two kids getting together where their parents are like, "Hey, can you go over to Hung's house? He doesn't have any friends. Rocco, it would really mean a lot to him. You guys sleep over." And he shows up. Rocco's the cool guy in school. And Hung's like, "Oh man, I got action figures. I'm going to get video games we're going to play. We're going to eat popcorn. And
Legos.
Yeah. And Rocco's like, yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do. I'm just trying to get, just trying to get through this,
I
man.
mean, in 4 hours I'll fall asleep.
Yeah.
This will be over.
Actually, I think I need to go back home. My stomach hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody that I was over here, all right?
Yeah.
Can I tell everyone they were friends? Hey, look, Rocco, it's me, Hug. And he walked
Hey,
past
calm
him.
down. Don't, you know, just act like you've been here before. So water doesn't boil a mile high. All the chefs are having to take that into account. Hung is cooking finally with his soul, and that just means he's cooking Vietnamese food finally to satisfy Tom Colicchio. And Tom shows up on day 2 and asks Casey immediately about her braising, and Casey makes a face like, "Oh fuck, should I change it now?" Because Tom is like, "You gonna have enough time?" And then she's like, "I've got an hour left. It'll be fine."
Yeah. And then she
Well, Casey was
overdoes it.
wearing a shirt that said asking about my braising.
And that's good.
Yeah.
And then Tom goes and talks to Hung and has a perfectly normal conversation.
Hey, Hung. How's it going? Good. So you're back here on little makeshift burners today, huh?
I'm counting on these to get me that 100 grand.
Okay, that's it right there.
First course, I'm gonna slice hamachi raw.
Okay.
Serve it, call it fish and chip style.
Okay.
With a nice emulsified tomato vinaigrette.
Okay.
Second course, I have large, I think they're Guatemalan shrimps.
Sure.
With caramelized tamarind sauce with ocean scented rice. Every time I explain my ingredients to Chef Tom, he gives me this look as if I'm nuts. And I see it in his eyes, like, what is wrong with this guy? Another duck course, I'm gonna have truffle juice, mixed in with a little bit of stock.
Got it.
And butter, and just drizzle that. That's it.
Okay, great.
Very clean. That's Hung.
Good luck. I look forward to it.
Thank you,
Take
Chef.
care.
And he's like, looking at me like, okay, sure.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at you when you're talking about your food too. It's like, okay, Hung, you got a lot of stuff going on there. Rocco even made the same face. Hope you can pull it off.
Yeah. He does. He kind of has a face on like he's trying to like figure out the code for a safe. He's a little confused. I mean, also, Hung has decided to use only tiny burners. He's not using. He's like,
Just
I'm
to be
taking
away
the
from
back.
everybody.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
just so he can be on his own. He's using individual like little burner things, not on an actual stove. And
One in
also,
his own section.
he's on something, I think. I don't know if he's been taking cocaine or what, but he's different than he normally is. He's very excited and like joyful. I don't know. Maybe he's
Well,
on acid. I don't know.
All that joy goes away as soon as he's thrown a curveball.
We would like you each to prepare a fourth course. You can use whatever is available in the kitchen, and you can serve it at any time in the meal.
I wanted to punch him in the face.
I have a lot of things in my mind that I can do. No fear, no pressure, totally calm. Let's do it.
But it's not all bad news. We have a little help for you.
Hey guys.
The chef tells us we have an extra course with additional help. And
So here come the 3 new sous chefs, and they are actually previous contestants. And it's who we got here? We got CJ, we've got Howie, and we've got Sarah.
Sarah.
And immediately Hung's like, "Please give me Sarah," because the other 2 hate me.
Yeah.
He said CJ hates me.
He says, CJ hates my guts. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
It's probably because of all the lies. I think
Probably
that's what it was.
probably because you dropped a prawn early on in the season and just left it on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's all take note. Howie shows up, and who's not there?
Bourdain. That's right. I think
Bourdain.
Bourdain was like, "I'll come do the finale." Aren't you doing the thing where you invite back cast members? Like, who are you inviting back? And they're like, CJ's coming.
Okay, yeah,
pretty sure we
okay.
got Sura's coming.
Okay, great.
And then right now it's a toss up between. Well, it's not a toss up. Joey said he can't come, so we're going with Howie.
Okay, I'm busy.
I
What?
can't make it.
I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you when it was yet.
Oh, okay. What day is it?
Okay, it's September 32nd.
I'm busy.
Okay, that's not even a date, Bourdain. You're just scared of Howie. Just come back to the show.
Do you want to see my calendar? Do you want to see?
Yeah, I'd like to see what you're doing on September 32nd.
Okay, I'll show you. I don't have it with me.
Okay, you know what? Forget it, Bourdain. We'll go with.
I'm not afraid of Howie.
You know what?
I'm not afraid of Howie. Quit saying.
I know. Bourdain, it's fine. We'll just find 3 other chefs and bring them to the show instead.
Hey, it's me, Howie. I'm just kind of breaking in here. Jumps out the window.
he like goes behind Tom's leg like a little kid in a store.
Yeah.
Hugs the leg.
Can we talk about how, as we're still talking about Howie, how Casey gives Howie the best review ever, and she goes, basically, he's an extra set of hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's another body to throw at work.
That's basically her review. He's basically an extra set of hands.
He looked really happy to be there.
Yeah, he was like, so this is what the finale's like. Wow, this is high stakes. Huh?
Yeah, he seemed
I'll
excited.
fuck this up for someone. I'll overthink it for someone.
Yeah, I think he likes being told what to do. Like a situation
Yeah.
where he doesn't
Yeah.
have to make any decisions, where it's just like he can cook and chop. And as Dale said, choppy choppies, which is what he got his celebrity sous chef to do. Yeah, he seemed a lot more relaxed here.
I think Brian's the real winner here because all you had to do is come and eat great food.
Yes. And he looked healthy.
Yeah, he looked healthy. He looked happy.
Yeah.
And he was like, all I gotta do is come back and eat food. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Free trip to Aspen, Colorado.
Yeah, he did. People asked like what he did in the few months they were off, and he kept saying that he just like he went.
said
on a
yoga
retreat.
and pussy.
He went on a retreat.
Not in that order.
I was gonna make a rehab joke, but I guess we're gonna do.
We can
All
go
right.
that way if you want.
So, let's see here. Working with Howie, Casey still hasn't plate her full dish.
Yeah, here's something with Casey that they dig into this with her and Judge's Table. Like everyone, especially when they have this break between, the regular season and the finale, chefs come up with what they're going to do in the finale because they know the finale is going to be some kind of combination of cook the best meal of your life. So you come up with some dishes that are that you know you can do. And for whatever reason, she didn't do that. The other two did. She didn't do
She
that.
decided, I'm
Big
going to shit
mistake.
the bed today.
Yeah.
Today's the day I'm going to suffer and do everything wrong.
Yeah, she saw the ingredients and then pivoted, which is a mistake. Do the stuff you already came planned to do.
So they serve the first dish, and Tom's like, I don't like the roe. And he forgets that Mike from Dirty Jobs is sitting at the end of the table. And Mike Rowe is like, you talking about me or the food, man? It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Sometimes with you, man, it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell when you're joking or
Yeah.
you're
Do you
eating food.
actually hate the row, or do you like? Is this like a jab at me and my
You hate
show?
me.
Because I actually do more at my show.
And then
I
he's-
do hate the row now because he is kind of a crazy Trump person.
Well, all right. So the second dish, Tom makes the same face about Casey's dish. Let's listen to them talk about Hung's Michelin star dish. And I guess this is perfect because Brian, you just went to a Michelin star restaurant.
Yeah, I know all about it.
1 star.
So.
But the duck is cooked incredible, really tender and delicious. He's hit a good note here. That this is his best dish yet. Well, this is 3-star Michelin in my book.
Really?
I think so.
Wow. It's really perfect. I'm a little jealous.
I don't know if Brian, if you heard that, he said 3-star Michelin. So not 1-star Michelin, not 2-star, 3-star.
So imagine what you had
but twice as good.
twice, 3 times maybe.
3 times one.
As good. Yes. And that's what Hung made. It looked good what he made. Also, right before this, he had 2 dishes that they kept saying like, "Oh, this lacks acid" or whatever.
Yeah, they
and
did.
they played the sexy
They
Top
did.
Chef
Yeah, they
music
did
during it. I don't know if that was a mistake. I don't know. It was very confusing because it's all about them being like, it lacks acid. It's good, but it lacks acid. And then it's like, bounce, wounch,
I noticed that
I was
too,
like,
yeah.
what is it just because he's saying acid? They're like, this is kind of trippy music. I don't know.
I got that. I was
Um,
like, what are they
yeah.
doing?
So Dale's third dish going against the Michelin dish is suffering, and Tom calls out Casey's pork belly because it was too dry. I'd say Dale overall does well, Hung overall does well, and Casey just
So that's where I was confused, is because Tom said that Dale's lobster dish was inedible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing of Casey's was inedible, right? Like they didn't say
The
like
row made it too fishy on 2 dishes in a row, though.
Yeah. It sounded like she just the ceiling for both Dale and Hung and their dishes was much higher. Like they had like really, really great dishes, whereas like I think what they expected for someone in a finale like that Casey delivered was like more average food.
Okay.
Even though Dale had one dish that apparently Tom was so disgusted by
Yeah.
that he pushed it down the table all the way, hit Padma in the face. He was like, I'm not eating this. This is fucking gross. I would never eat this disgusting food. I wouldn't give it to anyone. This is like eating chicken. It's disgusting.
Padma finished it too.
Yeah. I was
Like,
"Oh,
no one
it's
else
pretty
complained
good."
about it. He was like, "This
Yeah.
is inedible," and no one else said anything about it. They're probably like, "It's not that bad."
I think that was him just trying to be like, we don't like Dale, right?
Yeah, I
We all don't like Dale, right?
100% agree. Because I've said this many times on this podcast before. I think Tom he marks people that he's like, this is who I want to win. And I think he marked Hung very early on. And then no matter what Dale did in that finale, he was like, it's got to be Hung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they go to judge's table, and Tom asks Casey, why didn't she use the leeks? And she's like, there were no leeks. And Tom's like, I saw the leeks. They look great. And I think he meant legs. 'Cause
That's easy mistake.
yeah.
Easy mistake.
I saw.
Tom said, I came in, I saw the legs. They look great.
Yeah, that's just they crossed wires there.
And he was like, they were this thick. And I was like, Tom, take it easy. You can't do that
You
anymore.
cannot talk that way. Even, I mean, ever, really.
Ever, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on, Casey blames Howie for her plating issues. And now I'm wondering, was Joey right about Casey in week 1? Were we defending the wrong person?
Yeah, Casey. I felt for Casey. She really kind of shit the bed and lost it. And then especially like the judges table they were so super complimentary to both Hung and Dale,
Yep.
and they just tore her apart to the point where she seemed like she was crying at the end of it.
Dude,
Yeah, they really
this is,
punched
I
her
know
up.
this is a spoiler, but like there's a time skip between the finale when they actually say who won, who
Yeah.
doesn't. And Tom
That shit
tells
caught me
her,
off guard so much.
So weird.
but Tom tells Casey, your menu just didn't come together.
He basically says you didn't win. Why
You
are
did, like, he
here?
basically was
Yeah.
like, you didn't win, unless they like told him ahead of time, like you didn't win, and then like everyone knew who was gonna win. But it was like, Casey, your menu just didn't come together, and then he still praised Dale and Hung
Yeah.
after that. I'm like, okay, so if I'm Casey right here, I know for sure I'm not winning.
So I'm just gonna fuck off, right? Should I
Yeah, I'm just
should I
gonna walk
fucking-
away now. I gotta stay on camera for this.
Should I just use these leaks and get to walking?
yeah,
So Tom asked Hung a very pointed question. Did you make all your dishes on the spot? And he doesn't believe that Hung didn't already have a plan for a chocolate cake that had nothing to do with his previous set menu. And Tom makes a face that we'll include on the Instagram this week because I
It's
took
great.
a picture of it because it is like, I caught you in a lie and I don't believe your shit.
it was so befuddled. Because it was such a blatant lie, like a stone face, like he with like poker face. No, he's like, no, I did not plan anything. 5 minutes earlier, him talking about, I got a recipe for this. I came up with
Yeah.
a bunch of things that I'm gonna do here. Yeah. Oh, you just said it to us. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You brought the tamarind juice.
So
You're using
I
tamarind
want to say
juice.
that after they do judges table, the three of them walk off and do the weirdest walk off hug thing from the judges table I've ever seen. And like for some reason they left that in the show.
Yeah. I don't know what that was about. Really, what they should have done. I know we're going to the whole live audience thing. Is it should have been that the walls pulled
Came
away.
up, yes.
Yeah.
And then there was an
Yeah.
audience there cheering, and they got surprised.
The whole
That
time,
would have
yeah.
been good. Yeah.
That'd been great. Well then, but Reeves, you've always had a mind for TV and
Yes.
they needed you back then.
If-
and they couldn't find you.
Listen, if money was no object,
Yeah,
And
and
I
it's
can
not
make
an
any
object.
TV show great. Yes.
This honestly made me feel like I had had a stroke. Like
It was so confusing.
it was so not how TV works to like go from they're all three standing there, the judges are there, to switch to the exact same setup, but now it's a full live audience
roster
and
live
not
audience.
acknowledge it at all.
Yeah.
I was like, had they been there the whole time and no one told?
Yeah.
Like, did I just miss it?
And they were just quiet the entire time.
Yeah, it made me feel crazy.
And also, they did it right after commercial break. So it's like you leave from a commercial and you come back, and it's this studio audience. You're like, what?
Also, there's no way Hung watched the show, right?
Here's what I think.
There's no way.
I might be wrong about this. I think that part was live when this initially aired, and it was that audience and them all sat there and watched the episode, and then cut to and then set them up, cut to them live, and then did the announcement live. Is my guess.
But at the beginning, tell us. Like maybe they
Yeah,
did
right?
originally, but
Yeah.
on this version, be like, "Hey, we're here, live audience with our three finalists. We're gonna watch it all here together, and then come back and tell who's the winner." Like then I
Yes.
know what to expect.
Then I'm not
to bring it like
scared.
that. Yeah, it scared me. I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
And I said my address and my full name to make sure that my brain didn't break.
I took a top
That's
and
the
started
test.
spinning it on the table to see if it'd fall down to make sure I wasn't in Inception.
Yeah, smart. Mm-hmm.
And it did fall down. I was like, oh, thank God, this is the real reality. So we know Casey's not going to win because Tom tells her your menu didn't come together. Dale is up against his arch nemesis from the entire season, who he said has no soul in his cooking, and Dale loses to him. And Hung wins, and I'm not going to play his original victory of being told by Padma that he wins. Instead, let's get his "I'm going to Disney World" speech that Padma does with the microphone as if Hung just won the Super Bowl. So let's listen.
So how are you feeling, hon, right now?
I'm so excited. I worked so hard to get here and to prove myself and have so much support from America. Oh, I'm speechless, but I'm sure you'll hear more from me later.
Well, you did a great job.
Much.
Congratulations. You're the top chef.
Hung screams his lungs out.
I mean, we could take that sentence by sentence if we want to. There's a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
him
really
talking
could.
about America supported me. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know what that means at all.
Yeah, he talks about he'll have a lot to say later. I don't think he ever comes back on the show.
I don't think he talks. I don't think he even mentions that he's been on the show.
Yeah, he screams like he's losing his mind. Also, Marcel is there. Marcel
is
gives him a
there.
little hang ten a lot.
Yeah.
Also, he clearly makes eye contact with Padma, and they do not acknowledge each other. That rules.
That rolled. It was
Oh, boy.
it was really weird. It also felt like I think maybe Padma thought she would get like a little bit like a nice human moment out of Hung, but she didn't. Like I think she wanted him to be like, I've worked so hard. This is so great. I'm so excited. I'm so honored. But he's just like, I don't have words, which means like I don't know how to.
I don't know how to
right
do
now.
this thing that you want me to do. You guys should have made Casey or Dale the winner if you wanted a human moment.
Yeah, if you wanted someone to come back and like be a representative of the show, you should have picked them, not
Yeah,
me. I fucking hate the show.
Fucking robot. I'm taking this
I'm
money.
above
I'm
this.
never turning back.
Yeah, give me the title.
So Hung wins season 3. All right. And then we're going to listen to the finale next week. But before we go, we have another segment called Brian Jackson in Action. This is where Brian tells us of a moment where he was in action of the past week. Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, so this is the recurring thing now. Like I mentioned, I took a motorcycle safety course over the weekend. It was 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, about 8 hours long each. I learned how to ride a motorcycle, and I passed the skills test by 1 point. You're allowed to miss. You're allowed to get 16 points taken off. I missed 15. So if you see me on the street on a motorcycle, look out.
Okay, all right.
Looks
And
like
wasn't there someone who quit?
There was a woman who fell off her bike pretty early on, and then she got back on for a little bit, but then at some point she just left.
Yep. That was the first thing I asked Brian. I said, did you fall? Nope.
I mean,
not.
that's not fun. I wouldn't want to fall off a motorcycle. That
No.
would probably
We
quit.
were going very slow, and like I think it fell on her leg. Probably
yeah.
what it was.
Did she limp towards a hospital, maybe? Is that what
She limped at the end to like leave, and then there was like a long conversation between like her and the instructors, which I think is them being like, "Hey, just so you know, you signed a paper that says we are not responsible for this."
She's like
You
trying
don't
to
get any
grab
money
it from
back.
them to rip it up, and then they're like holding it over her head. They're like, "No, you
Yeah.
gotta get out of here."
You can take the class again, but it's going to be full price.
Yeah. and it wasn't cheap.
So ask yourself, do you want to, tough this out for a couple more hours, or do you want to fold like a deck of cards and move down and start recurring? What are you doing?
That was day 1. Day 2, she didn't come back. We did get someone who had failed previously and came back to get a free take,
Nice.
and he was a cop.
Nice. Cop failed. Take that.
Probably on that.
All right, that was Brian Jackson in action. Well, that about does it here in old Aspen, Colorado.
Spider-Man. Radioactive Spider-Man.
Yeehaw! The end of our trip to Aspen.
Well, that is Reeves the Revolver, and that's Brian the Bandolier. Say goodbye, Brian.
All right, I'm coming. Get that sleeping bag ready, honey. I'm getting in there.
All right, and I'm Quick Draw Jamal, and I'll see you at the next viewing of Pod Chef. Until next time, we're gonna pack up these knives and go. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.